March 10th. I believe we are gaining on our garden cleanup. As you can see, my husband started prepping the soil. We'll just have to treat it with a little more nutrient. As you know, every year you must replenish the soil. So we had to add more compost here, some organic fertilizers, and all the necessary nutrients such as azomite or rock dust for mineral. And so far most of our bed are about ready for planting with a little bit of improvement on the soil. And I believe in about a week or two we could start planting. As a matter of fact, today I believe we might plant something, and I will let you see what that is. And here's another raised bed that has been cleaned. And well, my domes are yet to be worked on. As you can see, quite a mess in there, but my granddaughter Mia did a good job cleaning up this dome right here. As you can see, it's cleaned up, and I believe I'll be planting a squash here. We'll have to repair some damage here. I don't know how that screen came up from this door, but that's simple, that's easy, that can be done easily. But and there goes my what's that? That's not a color, that's kale tree. We'll have to kind of pop that up, and that's still looking good. So we are on the last stage of our soil prep. As you can see, right in the middle of each beds we have added some black cow and the white dust that you see there, or the rock dust, also known as azomite, some worm casting, and yeah, I did mention black cow compost, and we will add some more of all-purpose organic fertilizer to kind of just give it a head start for the plant. And most likely, once this soil is settled with all the necessary nutrient needed, we will start planting. And we are expecting rain sometimes this week. What's today, Daddy? I don't even know what today is. Today is Thursday or Friday. I'm sorry. Friday. And I believe it will rain on Saturday. So when the rain comes, which most likely tomorrow, it will help break down all of these soil nutrients we added here. And hopefully by next week sometimes we'll be able to plant. And then after planting early next week, we're also expecting more rain to come, so that'll be perfect if we get it done with that schedule. So far we have our raised bed being fortified with all the necessary nutrients that you see here. Let me show you each bed. It looks like it's right in the middle of the bed right now. We'll eventually spread that out a little bit and kind of spread it throughout the entire raised bed. This raised bed here will be designated for all of my eggplants. There are some Back there in those corner, that corner there, I'm seeing some weeds. We'll be pulling those weeds out. Otherwise, they'll just replenish themselves here and really thrive with all these nutrients in the soil. This bed, this long bed here, will basically have um, peppers. We have several types of peppers we're gonna plant here. And we're also gonna plant some of our vining vegetables such as the bottle gourd and the loofah. So here are the components of my soil this year. These are the necessary nutrients we decided to add. As you can see, we have that all-purpose fertilizer there, which is an organic and natural tomato, vegetable, and herb fertilizer, which also contains true biotic inside. So that's a microbe, which is a beneficial type of microbes plus mycorrhiza. I actually have another container with just mycorrhiza, which I add as I plant the vegetables. This one will go ahead and be incorporated with the soil along with the fertilizer that's blended in it. I also have the worm casting, as you can see right there, wiggle worm soil builder, and I have the black cow, and I have two types of azomite. The first azomite that you see right here is a powder form, which makes it easier for the plant to access, or faster for the plant to access, because it's already been grounded, and by watering it, it will disintegrate much faster than this type here, which is a granule. It will take a while to break down before the plants can access it. But then we have a backup over here, which is the powdered form azomite. And I have two types because sometimes I cannot find this here, which is the powdered form. So I will go ahead and get this granule type. So this is what we have this year, as you can see. And as after all of my seedlings have been planted, of course, I'll have other natural form of nutrient that we add as our plant grows, and when that time comes, I will share it with you. So now all we have to do is incorporate all of that necessary nutrient in the soil, with the soil, and then we're going to allow this to rest, kind of get settled before we start planting on this. Probably give it at least about 3 to 4 days. What, today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We might start planting Monday and Tuesday. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow. That will be good. That will start neutralizing some of this compost materials here and fertilizers, so that it could be ready for the plant when we plant our seedlings here. It will be easily accessible for them. And as you can see, all we need to do is blend it with the soil and just kind of rake it in and level the soil and get it all prepped and ready for our seedlings. Just have to get rid of every little weeds as much as we can. Cannot ignore them. They surely do take over fast. Pico. Hey, oh, precious. Would you precious baby? Okay, so we're almost done. The soil will be ready for planting. They're well fortified with all the necessary nutrients, and I just can't wait to plant now. That's just the thing. Once I see that the soil is nice and prep, now I get all impatient into planting. But we're pretty much well on our way to get our spring garden started, as you can see. So here are our first vegetable that we are planting in the garden. Since it's still kind of going below 50 degrees at night, by next week I believe there are still forecasted nighttime temperature of around 40, higher 40s, but just to be sure, we're starting with our bok choy, which pretty much very good and can withstand a very good mild cool weather. But some of my vegetable might not do too well, so we're starting with bok choy, and then see what else we could put down here. And anyway, this is the beginning of our spring planting. Baby bok choys going down. So it's late in the afternoon, so you're seeing shadows, but we finally have some or most of our seedlings planted. In this raised bed we have at the back are basically peppers, Thai, chili, cayenne, jalapeno, and right here in front of me are eggplants. Okay, that's black beauty and ikaban, the long purple eggplant. And this bed, they're not looking too happy right now. They had just been planted a couple of days ago, and it's not looking too happy, but they're starting to perk up. So hopefully after the rain in a couple of days, we're expecting some rain, and I believe that will help perk this plants here. And these are basically cucumbers planted right in front of me right here and back there, such as that. Those are also eggplant. And well, for the most part, most of the seedlings are planted. And over here we have this is a beef steak tomato right there, and this raised bed here, those are basically Cherokee purple, my heirloom Cherokee purple tomatoes, as you can see. And also that right about that corner there, I have some bok choys, which, you know, they don't last too long. Within 1 to 2 weeks they'll be all gone and harvested. So but this is basically this raised bed here is basically my heirloom Cherokee purple tomatoes. Okay, and over here again, what I did is right along the edges of the raised bed I put bok choys, because they don't last too long. They will soon be harvested. As you can see back there in that end, they're almost ready to be harvested. As a matter of fact, they can be harvested if we want to right now, but I let them stay there and let my granddaughter, who loves bok choy so much, have fun harvesting that. And we basically have, as you can see, peppers back there. Those are peppers. This along we'll have like these two here, the one back there, and those two are habanero, and then the rest over here are like jalapenos and other. Basically most of them are jalapenos, and I believe this one big one here, that's a bell pepper. That's bell pepper right there. And right here, that nice looking plant right there, that's my bottle gourd. This year I just planted two because I get so much out of just one of it. I could not eat all of it, you know. There's not too many people around me who eats bottle gourd, and I'll be more than happy to share that with whoever would like to try for themselves what I enjoy so much in this bottle gourd. That very delicate flavor, which is good for most soup and stir frying and many other ways you could prepare bottle gourd. And back here also I have that's black beauty, ikaban, eggplants, as you can see, and more bok choys right in front of me. And right there also I planted just two loofah right there. Those are my best eating loofah. As you can see, I planted one here and one over there. So let me go to this one here. And this raised bed, as you can see here, these are basically my bitter melon. These are all my bitter melons planted in that raised bed there. Along this raised bed here, also some bitter melon right in the middle. One right here. And on the side, as you can see, again, I have a lot more bok choy growing. And I also planted some Italian beans here, Italian green beans, as you can see right here, because once we harvested the bok choys, then this will be an empty space which the Italian green beans then will take over. And so here are my Egyptian onion, as you can see, Egyptian walking onion. They're looking great, getting ready to really multiply. And right there, that's Yautia or taro. Kind of just grew in there voluntarily. Sometimes we don't get to dig up everything, and so some of the roots are still there, and you can see that they're all coming up. And again, more bok choy along the line right there. And here are the onions that someone, our friend, has given us, a whole bag of onion that's already sprouting and rooting. So as you can see, My husband have them all planted right along this side of the raised bed. So here is how this raised bed looking right now. Don't look too happy right now. They are okay, but they're not looking too happy. Bitter melon. More bitter melon. And all those greens that you're seeing. Bok choy. Can't wait to give you an update when they would be looking so much better and much happier looking than the way they are right now. But like I said, they have just been planted. They have been planted just about 2 or 3 days ago, except for the bok choys. Bok choys are the first one we planted, and they're looking okay. They're quite happy where they are at. And the tomato don't look too bad, but they will soon look even better. They will be much happier very soon, and I will give you an update of that. As you can see. So we pretty much have our seedlings planted, as you can see, and we are just now trying our best to make sure that they don't really go dry, because it hasn't been raining for a few days now, and since they are but little seedlings newly planted, we really must make sure that the watering is done regularly. And of course, like I said, we are expecting some rain in about 2 to 3 days from now, so that'll be okay. So we're giving it a good soaking today, and Mother Nature will take care of the rest in a few days, so that hopefully by next week they will all be looking so much happier. Over here we also have our butternut squash planted here. Probably some what do you call that, cucumber probably got planted in here. I'm just thinking, but these are very basically butternut squash planted in this pots in here. The pots are planted in ground, and as you can see, this is the type of pot that we don't have to worry about the root getting stuck, the plant getting root bound, because as you can see the type of pot that is, all those holes give it lots of room to breathe and a place for the earthworm to go in and out to help the plants as they need it. Okay, so I believe this one here, if I'm not mistaken, is a zucchini. That's what it looks like. Okay, so far so good.